I really appreciate you joining me today, and we've got a lot of news to get through. And first, I'm going to start with a story from London that is in my London newspaper. It says that 2 children stumbled across a massive stash of guns and explosives while swimming in a London river. So firstly, with this headline, it insinuates that this may be a stash that somebody owns, that one person owns, when in actual fact it's more likely something that has built up over a long period of time. Some of the weapons that are found in this river look very, very old and could even be wartime. But then other guns that were found could easily be quite recent. They say that the children were trying to catch fish in a southeast river and they pulled up more than they were bargaining for. So they say it was a fishing day out, but at the same time, there's no way you're just going to find this with a load of fishing rods. I'm assuming they must have had some sort of metal detectors or magnets. This has become very popular recently due to TikTok, where people use magnets to gather stuff in the river. They would have to be the luckiest people in the world to just be able to stumble across this and be able to recover it without any sort of help. They said the 2 boys wanted to take a swim in the river before they started to fish, and James walked in the river and slipped on 3 magazines from a gun. It was only then they found the weaponry and the cache of guns and explosives nearby. Speaking to my London newspaper with permission from his mother, he said that he found them and he said he wished it was a bad dream. I found another set of guns and a cone that looks like an explosive. The group reportedly found 6 to 11 guns. There is a big difference between 6 and 11, so I'm not sure why they say 6 to 11. It's one or the other. Which one was it? Or do we need to start checking backpacks? And they also state they found explosives as well, so definitely don't try this at home. If you see anything that looks like an explosive, do not take it out of the water, do not touch it, do not go anywhere near it. And a spokesman for the Met Police said they were called to Winsford Road in South East 6 at 4:49 on August the 6th to report of firearms found in the river. A firearm and ammunition were also recovered from the scene. So thankfully nobody was injured during the recovery of any of these firearms and explosives, and it's definitely interesting to wonder what's lying in the rivers that you live by. And this comes only several days after Islington police searched an address with the help of the firearms police and found 21 potential firearms that were all seized. 1 person has been arrested and remains in custody while the investigation continues. And in this seizure, there is a lot of different firearms as well. It literally goes to show you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Similar to a report that Manchester police received this week of a man with a firearm in the street, and they arrested 1 man in possession of a potential AK-47. Whether this is a real firearm or not, they have yet to say in a statement. So really appreciate you joining me for this update. I'll be back again in the next hour for some more news. And don't forget to follow online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook.